And ladies and gentlemen, back. We are in the third game here. We are now on the side for the varsity boys. We have Mike Holt here on the left on lane 17. He just struck a strike. And we have on our right lane, we're just waiting for him. He is Zach Holock. He is a junior at Norristown. He is a sophomore at Norristown. Mike Holt just got his strike for the third frame. He is a senior and he's been on the team now for 4 years. His average is around about a 200 or so, and it looks out very well. I mean, his senior year is going to go very smooth, and we believe Michael might go to regionals, so it might turn out well. So let's look into that and take it over to Zach, see what he's doing so far. He steps on the plate. And he brings up Cook and gives him a hook, gives him side, and he got the same thing as Mike Holt. He got a strike. So they're both, in a good position right now. All right, we're back, and Mike Holt is up for the varsity boys team. He is in his second frame. Lane 18. And Zach Holock is up as well. They both go up probably about the same time, and so far have both gotten strikes. And we're just waiting here. Mike is resetting his pins, getting ready to hurl another strike in. And Zach Holock just did another one. Zach is in his second frame on a double strike. Very well, Zach. All right, Mike steps up. Getting ready to throw his second strike. Let's see what he brings out into them. And it looks like Mike brings in a 9, which means he's got one pin left to go. And let's see if he can bring in this 10 pin for his score to go up. And Mike gives it a hurl and gives it a swing. He's got it. Brought it in. He's got a spare for his side. Zach Holock has a double now. And Mike Holt's got a 20. It's definitely another night out here, as we're going to be, we're in our third game now. And everybody looks like they're doing very well. They're, ranging from a 200 now. All right, Mike Holt is back up, a.k.a. Cannon, as he is known to be named. And what do you think about that name, Nick?
I don't like that name personally. I affectionately call him Baby Holt because he's just such a nice young man.
And he is. I mean, he just bowled his strike again, which is good. And what do you think so far at what his score is going to be?
I think Mike just jumped in front of the camera there. I think Mike, he may top out at a 190. I'm suspecting. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it depends on whether or not he's going to keep going serious or he's going to just start messing around like he normally does.
Right. I mean, the range will be 190, 200, and let's hopefully we'll pull it off in this last game here in the championship in Feasterville.
And also, just as a reminder, stay tuned because after this final game, we'll have the scores from all the Norristown bowlers who competed in this event today. And we'll have them up on the screen.
And we'll have them up on the screen for you, and no problem. And you got to see all the stats that happen out through 1, 2, 3, and games. In a row in his third frame. Well, I tell you what, the tension is high now. We are in the third game. We are getting tight down, and everybody's tightening up their scores, getting a little bit higher in scores now because they're more into the game, and they want to finish out high in at the end. And that those with the highest average, the highest average and series in this game and championship, we'll move on to the regionals. And Zach Holt's up. He's in his fourth frame, throwing it down. And he knocks down 7, giving him a split. That's a difficult split to pick up. I mean, he has 2 to the left pin side and 1 to the other, and he's got to figure out which way he wants to go with the ball. Here he goes, and he goes to the left, knocking down 2, leaving 1 up. And that was a close one. He's now 85 in his fourth frame. Mike Holt is up here, 18 for the varsity boys. And Mike Holt throws, giving it a curve. He knocks himself down 9 pins in his fourth frame. He's got 1 more to knock down, and it's about center midway. And let's see if he gets that curve, and which he does. He brings in his pin. His score now is a 70 in the fourth frame. All right, we're back. Mike Holt is out up. He's in lane 17. And his score right now stands at a 70. Hopefully he'll bring in another strike, bring up his score to a 9. All right, Mike is up. Throws the ball, gives it a curve. And knocks down 9 pins, leaving 1 left to go. All right, Mike Holt goes up again and knocks out his pin, giving himself a 90 in his 5th frame. All right, we're back. Zach Holick's up here in the 5th frame in lane 19. And Zach Holick throws, gives a curve to the middle, and gives himself another strike. His score now stands at 5. So he's now neck and neck with Mike Holt, which Mike Holt has a 90 and Zach Holick has a 95. So it's now neck and neck here in the 5th frame. All right, we're back, and Zach Holick and Mike Holt are up in their 6th frame. Mike Holt is up in lane 18. He gets positioned, ready to ball. Stands at a 107. Zach Holick stands at a 115 in his 6th frame. All right, we're back, and Mike Holt is now up in his 7th frame here in the 3rd game for the Varsity Boys. All right, Mike Holt's ready to get up there and hopefully bring in a strike in his 7th frame. Here he goes, throws the ball, gives it a curve, gives it a spin, let it down the middle. Knocks himself down a strike as I could get one. He's now 117 in his 7th frame. Now Zach Holock is up in lane 19, gives him another strike. He is just on a roll with strikes today.
Now see, both of these guys here, they're both outstanding bowlers on the varsity team for Norristown. They're both excellent bowlers. Some of them, sometimes they can be a little annoying, but more often than not, most of the varsity team is.
Like you said it, they're a very good team out here tonight. And it's definitely turning out very well for them in their last game here for championships.
Yes, sir. They're trying to keep it serious, not getting too cocky, and just trying to bring it home.
That's true. All right, Zach Holock's back up in his 8th frame. He is just on a roll with strikes. If he can just end out this game with just a bunch of strikes, he will be set for the rest of the game. Zach Holock steps up, gets ready to bowl in his 8th frame. He's on a roll with those strikes. Let's see if he can bring in another one. And doesn't look like it. He knocks down 9 pins, giving himself 1 left to go. And that is the 10 pin to be knocked down. One of the harder pins to knock down in bowling. But he will give himself a spare in his 8th frame. Beautiful spare. Definitely well thought out. He's now at a 164. Mike Holt is up now in his 18th frame. I'm sorry, 8th frame. He's on lane 18. And he gets ready to bowl up. And gives it a spin, knocks himself down. 6 pins. See if he can bring 4 more, knock more pins down, and come out high in his 8th frame. All right, Mike Holt gives a spin, and he knocks himself down a spare and finishes out his 8th frame with a good number. 147 in his 8th frame. All right, we're back. Mike Holt is up now in his 9th frame. His score is now standing at a 147 as he gets ready to step up and knock some more pins down. Very close. And Zach Hollock's up next. Mike Holt now has a 164 in his 9th frame. Zach Hollock gives another strike. He is on a roll. 194 in the 9th frame. So he's definitely going to be over the 200 level. All right, Zach Hollock is up now for his 10th frame. He definitely has high tension as he comes into his last frame in the 3rd game. He has a 194. Very good chance at picking up at least a 220. And he knocks down 9 pins. And he comes up for his spare, knocks it down, and he gets another chance to redeem himself and get more pins knocked down. He now stands at a 214 in his 10th frame. He's got one more ball to throw, and hopefully he brings out and gets another strike and finishes very, very well in his last game here. And he knocks down 8 pins. 8 pins. That was beautiful. And now his score finalizing in the 3rd game is a 222 in his last game. Beautiful score here for Zach Hollock. And Mike Holt's up for his 10th frame in the last game here. Mike Holt gets prepared, ready to go here. Finish out his 10 frame high. There he goes, getting ready to throw the ball down the lane. Gives it one curve, knocks it down for a strike. And he's allowed to go up again to knock more pins down. And throws it down the lane on a curve. Outside. Getting of himself 5 pins and 5 more pins to knock down. Hopefully leaving himself with a high score in his last frame on the last game. And he does, knocks them all down. He is now 184 finishing out. And his last frame here at Feasterville.
And don't forget, we will have the final scores and series of all participating Norristown bowlers in this event. Enjoy.